Welcome to your daily dose. My name is Robert. Along with Matthew, we've been discussing all things regarding the play What I Didn't Say, Matthew's play. The link is below. We are also talking about support groups and the role potentially of humor in Parkinson's. And this hits directly to where you're at right now because you're actually working on doing some stand-up. Is that correct?
I just won a grant, Robert. I won a grant from the Ohio Arts Council to write a stand-up comedy. I'm calling it sit-down comedy because of the fatigue of Parkinson's. But yeah, Robert, we got to have a laugh. Having a laugh doesn't just mean we're chuckling. Having a laugh means we are mentally removing ourselves from the disease and looking at it from a distance. I think that's the only way we can laugh, is that we're separated from it to some degree. And so that is a healthy thing, I think, for us to be able to separate, identify, and see certain things for what they are, as opposed to just being always entrapped and surrounded by it and defensive about it. But a merry heart doeth good like a medicine.
Very good.
We
Yes.
take a lot of medication. Some of it might as well be humor.
Well, there you go. I mean, you're not the first to use the idea of laughter as the best medicine. As the old line goes, the Norman Cousins book certainly speaks toward that. Anatomy of an Illness, I think, was his story. But the idea that, once again, aesthetic distance, which you brought up in our first dose together, plays a role here. That not only can we have that for others, but we can have it for ourselves.
Mhm.
And this lens of comedy, as it were, and this presentation of being a stand-up or sit-down comic gives you the opportunity to be you and also be slightly like above or removed from you, kind of to examine you along with everybody or your condition in that space. Talk about the vulnerability, because I've done stand up and it's frankly the hardest performative thing I've ever tried. Um, Talk about stand up for you and perhaps the challenges within the sphere of Parkinson's about being that vulnerable and presenting yourself that way.
Yeah, man, I'll agree with you, Robert. I've been an actor, I've been a performance artist, I've been a speaker, and bar none, man, stand-up comedy is tough because I'm not saying someone else's words, I'm saying my words, right? This isn't a script written by someone else. I'm writing this script on the spot. I've got a light in my face and a microphone in front of my mouth, and I've got a lot of people who think that what I'm doing is absurd. Like, really, we're going to listen to a stand-up comedy routine about Parkinson's? You got to be kidding me. So yeah, it's very difficult. There's a lot of vulnerability, I think. I think I'm a lot of humor comes from absurdity, right? We look at something and we identify that as kind of absurd. And that's what I like about thinking about Parkinson's, because there's some things about Parkinson's that, things we have to do. I'm taking medication 5 times a day. That's kind of absurd. People don't take medication 5 times a day. And so I can be in a mindset of, oh, what a terrible body and life and physical quality I have because I take medication 5 times a day. Or I can have a little bit of a chuckle about it, and understand that this is just part of my life. It's a lot, but I have a pretty fun system. And right, I've got my little pill box, and I painted a have a good day on it. And, I'm just trying to make taking medication 5 times a day sort of fun. Is that possible? I think it is.
So the effect of you saying, I've got a thing, people have their perspectives on it. They either know something about Parkinson's or know nothing, but everybody's got a thing or multiple things, challenges as they were. And putting it forward the way you are, I think gives people permission to laugh at themselves a little bit, to
Yes.
maybe say, again, because it's one thing to be laughed at. Nobody likes that.
Right.
However, when we give, parameters and a viewpoint of, hey, we can laugh at the humanity, not the Parkinson's or the stigma or anything, but we can laugh at the humanity, the thing that makes us all the same. That's a release, not just for you, but a relief for the audience.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's this idea of saying, you feel that too, don't you? Don't you feel that too? Right? Yeah, we have a lot of us feel that way. And it's kind of funny how, it's kind of absurd. But I'm making these connection points. And, if I never stood up to do stand-up comedy and articulate these ideas, we might not make that connection of like, oh yeah, that is kind of weird. That is kind of strange. And I've got it too. And we were all in this weird world together.
I love that. And what flashes, I guess, as I close this dose is to think of, the absurdity of shared humanity. I thematically love that. You're right about the value and depth of absurdity. And speaking about it in terms of shared humanity helps bring us together. If we can all be a little more cognizant and accepting of absurdity in all of our lives, we, I think, can be a lot more compassionate.
Yep. Yes, I agree, Robert. Well
Sounds
said.
good. That's it for this dose. Hey, Matthew, we're going to do more of these, but I appreciate your time. See you soon, man.
Thank you.